You didn't get a game prediction.
He was able to call that little small audible.
His throwing is much improved over the season.
I'm over here in the south side of Chicago, 35th and Damon, doing my veterans tailgate today, baby. This is all about the veterans.
Defensive line's got to get better.
We got a good tight end. That's all you got to do is play to the kids' strength.
Bears, 24-21.
Offense look good.
Glad for everybody to make it. Bear down, and hopefully I'll see everybody next week.
Bear down, people.
Welcome to Halas Hall Report, everybody. It's game day, coming off the loss to the Falcons by 3. Let's just take a couple minutes to talk about that loss. We'll start with CJ first. What'd you think?
The Bears, there was a pretty close game. Even though penalties was another big part of it. Santos missing what did he miss, a field goal or was it an extra point?
Extra point.
Extra point. So I mean, costly mistakes towards the end of the game, I think, cost us.
Woody?
Special teams screwed us on that Cordell Patterson kickoff return, penalties, and here's my opinion on that last series. We're down by 3. We have enough time left. They leave Justin Fields in. When he is injured, the 2 first plays were a QB design run, and you could tell it wasn't him. He wasn't right. If I was the coach, and you guys might not agree, I would have pulled him and put Simi in for that last series, at least get us down there and maybe get a field goal to tie it. That's my opinion on that. That was pissed off because you could tell Justin Fields wasn't right, and he got carted off the field afterwards after the game was over. Might have screwed his chances up for today as well because that probably would have, his injury could have got worse that last series, believe it or not.
Definitely. Ken?
Well, as we were watching from the cruise ship, that was interesting. When those last 2 plays happened, we were saying how we disagreed with the play call. I think the other part of the problem is we're relying on the quarterback design run too much, and it's become so plainly obvious that we're going to do it every time that it's not as effective. He's gone to the well too many times. So, last week, penalties has been something that's been getting worse the last couple of weeks. We started out the season really good, really disciplined. The last couple of weeks, though, we've been getting a lot of penalties for stupid stuff that we weren't getting penalties for early in the season. So, and it's not like some of these flags, which, are just the guys playing, which we all think everyone in the NFL thinks are bad calls now, at least fan-wise. But these are just stupid, avoidable penalties, that we're doing. It's not that, you started to hit the quarterback and you threw the ball as you were hitting them, so we're giving you a flag type of stuff. It's stupid stuff overall. So the special teams breakdown. Look at Patterson. We know he does it. That's the one guy that I think a lot of Bears fans wish we would have never gotten rid of. But
not to mention he broke the record on us.
Yeah. I mean, I still got a lot of love for Cordell Patterson. He's still a great player, but he made some great plays in that. The coverage. He broke it down, man. I mean, all year the coverage has been pretty good. Just it's Patterson, man. I mean, it would have been. I wish we'd have gotten the stop because that sucked the momentum out of us. But we've been in all these games. It's just like CJ said, since the stupid mistakes, the small errors that we weren't getting at the beginning of the season is what's killing us now.
And we held Kyle Pitts to not that many yards. Plus, he got hurt. Hopefully he's better. But he was their big receiver, even though he's a tight end. They throw to him a lot. Yeah. So it just.
I agree with everything what everybody said, and like you said, the penalties. That's killer. 7 for 56. And what's also killer is our defensive front. Like we haven't really done any sacks, any pressure.
No sacks last week. No sacks
on the defensive front.
Oh, Mike, I didn't say that because at this point in the season, it's plainly obvious, isn't it?
Definitely. But, yeah, as Jeremy said, Pitts did hit the IR.
Yeah.
He put him on the IR, which I have in fantasy. It's kind of
it's
crappy, but, is what it is. Real quick, we'll do studs and duds of last week. Who do you think your studs and duds were last week? We'll start with Woody.
I like, even though Justin Fields' stats, he had probably the best stats, but Mooney had a nice catch in the end zone. He was getting open. And I still like Cole Kmet. I mean, that one-handed catch that he had was unreal. So those two were probably my studs. And my duds, I'm telling you, and I said this last segment, was the play calling that last series. I mean, I would have had him out. I would have took Justin Fields out and put Simeon, at least get us a field goal. So I say the dud is the play calling.
Right. Even if Fields wanted to stay in, the coach has got to take in consideration, hey, we don't want to hurt you for the year or your career. Like, got to pull you.
Right.
You know? CJ?
I was gonna say Cole Kmet, as far as the stud, and then now the dud. I'm gonna say the defensive line, man. I'm gonna keep pushing it out there because like Mike, like you said, we haven't seen any sacks, we haven't seen any pressure, we haven't seen pretty much anything. So and I kept saying it until I see something from that defensive line. I'm gonna keep saying it.
No, I'm with you. My stud is Sanborn, 9 tackles. I wish the defensive front would show a little something. You know what I mean? And obviously my dud is the defensive front for sure. And Jeremy says Schofield is his dud.
Yeah, that offensive line, I swear, man. Oh my God.
All right, Ken, who's your studs and duds?
My stud is from the linebacking core back, right? Because those guys are what keep the defense relatively respectable at times, and the duds is the D line. You know, I mean, it's funny that the studs and duds are both coming from the same place, but you know, I mean, Sanborn and Brisker and you know, so that linebacking core, that defensive backfield. They're the ones keeping this defense from giving up 50 points a game. You know, I mean, they're doing everything they can just to keep it respectable. They're on every play. But the D line is just completely atrocious right now.
I think Atlanta had a good game scheme on Justin Fields because in the beginning he wasn't doing those runs like when he was rolling around. There was always somebody there from Atlanta. So it looks like they had a good game scheme for Justin Fields last week.
Well, yeah, because people are adjusting to this new just let Justin run it offense that we've been doing we did for 5 weeks. Eventually, they were going to scheme it, and it you know that was. And the thing is, like I said earlier, we're getting so predictable with it that I mean, look at the pass game's still for crap. We're barely running the ball traditionally. We traded Claypool. What do you have last week?
Last week? 2 for 11.
So, I mean, you know, they're going to scheme Fields, and it worked.
Definitely. And what was kind of crazy last week is our leading receiver was our running back. 3 catches for 54 yards by Monty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, Kmet was right behind him for 35 yards.
I do like that we're using Kmet more finally. That we're, you know, it's been 3 years since we really used a tight end in any significant way, right? Because the last 2 years of Nagy, he didn't use a tight end at all, pretty much. And then this year, for the first half of the season, we really barely used Kmet. In the last 3 games, it's like, okay, they're starting to go to Kmet more, which is nice that we're finally getting back to using the tight end. That's going to open up the offense a lot eventually. And
I want to praise Velus Jones, too. He had a nice 55-yard kickoff return without fumbling.
Yeah.
So
hopefully those nerves are going away. Early in the season, it probably just was nerves, you know.
Hope so.
Because, I mean, he did it in college. He was a highlight of it. Yep. So, I mean, just the pros are different, you know. We got about 12 minutes. Let's get into this week. What do you want to just start off with the injury report real quick before we get into it?
Hate to say it. Gordon, Brisker, Fields are out today. Let's see. Weatherford, he has a concussion. He's out today. for the Jets, Brown, their tackle, is questionable. Debo, their tight end, is doubtful. And Rankings, his elbow, he is out today.
And their QB1 is benched.
Yes. So Mike White will be starting today. And like I said, his last start, he threw over 400 yards.
Yeah. And with Gordon out, Corey Davis coming off, he might have a decent game.
We just went from having a defense to now you've got, think about with Gordon and Brisker out, that's massive, man.
Huge.
And Ken's boy will be playing today, Vildor. So hope hands off to him.
Look at CJ.
He fucking sucks, man.
Speaking of the cut, did you like it, or would you rather have Vildor be cut?
Vildor.
Yeah, Vildor, yeah.
I'm 100% with.
It's sad because Vildor, every so often he comes up with a really good play. And that's probably why they kept him. Because every so often he comes with, oh my God, he's actually somewhat good play. But it's like, for every one of those, I get 10 times where I'm just like throwing something at the TV because of him.
And I saw Jalen Johnson's back of his jersey a lot last week as well. So he's got to pick it up today.
Definitely. Before we get to predictions, Dan chimed in. I'll show it in a few minutes. What do you think the keys are to victory today, if there is a possible chance for them? Let's start with Woody.
Jets aren't shabby on that defensive line. Williams, our offensive line's got to, Jesus Christ, got to step up for at least Peterman to have time today. And that's what I wanted to tell, too, about the injury report. Trevor Siemian got hurt. Warm-ups is oblique. He's not playing today. So now Nathan Peterman is now starting for the Chicago Bears today. So that's my key, is offensive line's got to step it up even more today, because Nathan Peterman's not going to be able to roll out, run around like Justin Fields is. So they got to give him time today. That's my key.
Definitely. 100% run the ball. I agree with you 100%. And hopefully that defensive line can show a little something, make some stops. We know they're not going to get that many sacks, but they need to get stops for sure. CJ?
Damn it, Woody. Sagittarius thing, man. You took my answer. Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
offensive line, it's cool. Offensive line, definitely step up like Woody said. The wide receivers are going to be tested today, most definitely. And I think the special teams are going to be tested. So all three of those things have to step up today, as far as the Bears wide receivers, the offensive line, and I think the special teams. Defense, 0 chance.
Ken?
Well, hey, I look at this as an opportunity for Nick Sanborn to get a lot of tackles today. Yeah, you know what? This is going to have to be Peterman slinging the ball around, so maybe we'll see a lot more Claypool creating. Look, there could be a positive out of this, because maybe we get a pass game today. Maybe we'll start using wide receivers more. I don't know. I'm just trying to have some kind of silver lining besides Nick Sanborn racking up stacks. It's going to have to be in traditional running game. Monty's going to have to hit. They're going to have to hit the hole hard today on the traditional running game, and then use it like CJ said, wide receivers. We got to use them. Like, I'm still upset that we've got Claypool and we're not really using them. So sometimes we see this when a backup or a third string quarterback comes in, the whole dynamic of an offense will change for the positive, so that when it'll transcend for the starter when he comes back. So maybe if we get some more Peterman passing and we start using wide receivers more, because right now the Jets are on YouTube looking for Peterman YouTube videos, so that's a cool thing. He's a little bit of an unknown. They're not going to scheme for him at all. So that could be a positive too. These situations get weird. It takes your normal predictions Had it not for the defense being decimated with injury this week, so to speak, it'd be a lot better game.
I think it changes the play calls quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
There won't be a lot of, like you said, quarterback design runs. It's going to be more Monty and Ebner, and you might even actually see, like you said, our wide receivers. Because last week, our wide receivers got into a game a little bit. They all had pretty much 2 catches for the most part, except for the deeper guys. So don't be surprised if they go to Claypool or Mooney Moore today.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Peterman did a designed run or two just to throw the Jets off, thinking, well, maybe they're not changing the game plan. I mean, that's the cool thing. Everfist has this opportunity with the third-string quarterback to do some, funky stuff, that might make the offense click better. I mean, the defense, man, Sanborn's going to be all over the place. I mean, he has no choice. But, I mean, not that – yeah, I mean, we just got to run and pull some magic. But
I hope Peterman has a good game today, so he gets somebody else signs him off the practice squad. That's my opinion.
All right,
I wish Sanborn would be Briggs. I really do, and I think he can, but he needs a partner, and I think Murrow is having a great year. I liked him since day one, Murrow. And
for me, you gotta stop at them damn one-arm tackles, though.
Yeah. Tomorrow to me I was questioning whether he's going to be, when we had Roquan, if he's going to be Roquan's Briggs. I was questioning that before we traded Roquan. I mean, I think Sanborn's already passed Morrow in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He's got to step up Morrow.
It seems like Sanborn's more aggressive. Like he's always looking around, and when the ball is handed off to a running back, he shoots. Like he's fast. Yeah, Joe Thomas, he gets a good maybe 1 tackle a game. But yeah, I agree with that.
All right, we got about 5 minutes or so before the game comes on, roughly. Not kickoff, but at least televised. But let's get into score predictions. I'll scroll up. We'll start with CJ today.
I unfortunately do not have the Bears winning this game. I got the Jets winning it. I'm going to say the Jets are going to win this game. I'm going to say 27-10.
You said 10?
Yes.
We'll go to Ken today. We'll switch it up a little bit.
I'm going to go Jets 35-17. Hold on. Devin, what do you got? What's your prediction?
28-21.
Who?
We win.
Oh, he's taking the Bears 28-21.
Do you hear? He has his ear pods in, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's always got those.
Right, yeah, gotcha.
Woody?
Yeah, I think it's going to be ugly. I know it's cold and rainy there. It's going to be a run game. But even though Bears I think they said they're third best on third down conversions this year, which was impressive because last couple of years they've been in last place. And the other thing is that they got to score in the third quarter. I think they're last in the league in scoring in the third quarter. So I say the Jets are going to win 27-17.
Dan says 20-10. He PM'd me earlier and told me that. We also got Jeff chimed in. He said 17-14 Jets.
All these Jets wins. I know what Mike's going with.
We got Bradley says Bears 17-14. And I'll say
they got a better defensive line, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, with Justin Fields out, our defense is banged up now, lost a lot of stuff going on. I don't see the Bears winning today at all.
Wow.
I see us losing 24-13.
And my record's 4-6 this year, so that's pretty much sucks.
And I want to say one thing too, because we're going to hear it at some point today when we live cast the game. We heard it last week. I'm seeing it across chat rooms that this is not the Bears tanking. Okay, I mean, if you look at this Bears team today, is this a game we could have won? Possibly, yes. But now you take out Brisker. Now you take out, you take out Fields. You take out, we have some injuries that are hurting. We have no D line. Every game the Bears have lost, for the most part, it's been a one-score game. So it's not that they're tanking. They're kind of like how the Lions were last year. They're a good, decently good team. Let's say they're a decent to good team. They're just not winning those close games. That will eventually, hopefully, flip next season. It'd be nice if we get a couple wins this season, but this is not the Bears tanking. If you look, with Gordon and Brisker out, the defense, that's a huge impact, right? If you look at the Fields being out, huge impact. So if we lose today, we shouldn't be hearing this, oh, they're tanking. No, it's just we're having one of those seasons where we're competitive. We're just not winning close games.
Well, since Brisker's out, we might see Cruikshank finally. See what he can do.
Yeah, I think you missed the letter when you said tanking. I think you missed the N. So just
comments are slow, so it was probably during the beginning of the conversation. I know it's like a 30, 40-second delay.
Yeah.
No,
so I wanted to say hats off to CJ because Vildor is going to be taking Kylo Gordon's place today. So I don't like the rolling of the eyes. And like I said, hopefully this Cruikshank can show up today as strong safety.
I want to say something, but right now I'm on camera. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Who gives a fuck, CJ? Say it.
Yeah. Somebody need to kidnap that dude or something.
Wow. Jeremy Carnahan says 72-0 Bears.
Yeah, I thought that was a little out there. I didn't really show that one.
I guess he's a William the Refrigerator Perry fan.
But all right, just we're about to do the game. I'm gonna log off my YouTube and my Twitter. We will be back next week, an hour before game time. So we'll
War week.
Yeah.
The Bears War week.
Bear down and see everybody next week.
Peace.
Hey.
What's going on, Mike? This is Desmond Clark, former tight end of your Chicago Bears.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Halas Hall Report.
Defense has been playing too good. So I'm going to take the Bears in a rare shootout.
I mean, if that offensive line, we get some help for that one. We in our draft and everything, we need to focus on our offense.
He's going to be on a roll here today. I think he's at least going to have 2 sacks.
Doing it all year long, so if you stop those two guys,